Hey everybody, my name's Sorcerer. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And this time I got something really cool to tell you all about, okay? So, when this video goes up, assuming I'm actually able to do it in time, which I probably will, it will be the end of 2021. We're going into 2022 now. And I decided the best way to end off this year is by doing something I've never done before, you know, because that's what we do here. Do something new to start off the new year, or end off the old one. And we're going to be ranking Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts. As the title already said. Short synopsis how we got to this point in life. Sora got in Smash Bros. And then I became a Kingdom Hearts fan, and now here we are. Yeah. And one of my favorite parts about the Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts, well, it's the Keyblade, for reference, is the weapon of the game. I have Sora's main one here. And you in different worlds, you can get different keychains for these Keyblades to make them look different and give different stats. And some people actually just have their own Keyblades, as Sora's not the only Keyblade wielder, despite what the first game tells you. However, for this video, I'm only going to worry about the actual the designs of the Keyblades. I don't really care about the stats right now, plus I haven't actually played the games, so I can't tell you how these feel, you know, playing, because I haven't played them yet. Haha. But yeah, so we're gonna rank some Keyblades today. The game, we're gonna do 5 episodes of this. Today's episode will be Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. And the reason I say Final Mix is because that game adds 2 extra Keyblades, and I just want to do those in this video. Alright, now before we get into this, before we actually get into the ranking of the Keyblades, I'm going to explain how the ranking will go. Like I said, this is just based off my personal design preferences, like how I think they look, how I think they best represent their Disney worlds or their Final Fantasy worlds, because yes, both things exist together. Belle from Beauty and the Beast can talk to frickin' Sephiroth. What? That's coming back. Dang it. I have a tier list on how we're going to rate these, and you'll see the tier list, the full tier list for each video at the end of the video. So at the bottom of it, we have F tier, the worst of the worst, god-awful design Keyblades. Next up we have D tier, which is not nearly as bad as F tier, but still really bad. We have C tier, which is whatever, you know. B is alright, okay, pretty solid all things around, you know, just general baseline. A is one step ahead, like, this is getting nice. S tier is like almost perfection, like these are really good. And then of course, SS tier is actual perfection. Now, when I first did this, I actually gave them like scores, if you can see here. Depending on how I feel in the editing stage, I may put the scores down, probably not though. I lied, I am putting the scores down. But yeah, so with that said, we got 22 Keyblades to go through and a couple days to do them. So here we go. Let's transition into the Keyblades. So you may be wondering why we've completely changed scenery and why I look like I'm tired. Well, because I am. I woke up this morning, went to editing, and realized I may or may not have deleted the first segment for the Keyblade ranking, so we have to redo it. Fun times. Anyway, at least it's a fun one because this is Kingdom Key. This is Kingdom Key, you know, right there. It's Sora's first Keyblade that he gets in the game. It's just a really nice looking Keyblade, man. Like, Mimikyu, stay up there. Don't mind that. It's a really cool looking Keyblade. It's got very nice colors. It's the design of it. It's really simple, but like clean.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm funny. The teeth of the Keyblade make like the negative space of the teeth makes up Sora's keychain, or not keychain, necklace that he wears. It's just pretty, man. Honestly, if like the Kingdom Key isn't like top tier Keyblades, it's for most people like at least top 2 tiers. So like yeah, it's really good. So I'm gonna give it S tier. Also, this is going to be one of four or five Keyblades that consistently show up throughout the videos. And you'll see them, you know, it'll make sense when we get there. But yeah, this is one that you'll see ranked multiple times and have different scores each time, even if it has similar tiers. So yeah, that's the Kingdom Key. It's simple and clean, and that's the way it should be. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut back to yesterday me, who isn't an idiot and totally did not delete the first segment of the video that we really need. Well, not the intro, but like, you know what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and transition back to yesterday. Up next is the Oath Keeper from Kingdom Hearts 1. This is also going to be done multiple times throughout all the videos because this shows up multiple times. I'm going to be doing those for the 4 Keyblades that show up frequently, you know. And overall, this is a pretty design. There's a reason that this and Oblivion are like the 2 most loved Keyblades. It's just, the colors are nice. I like the teeth. The teeth of the Keyblade, I'll put it here, is the kanji for light. And I'm going to put the definition of kanji here because I don't remember what it is. Alright, so according to Google, it is a system of Japanese writing using Chinese characters. Power of editing. Honestly, I like how Kairi's lucky charm is the teeth, or not the teeth, the keychain for the Keyblade. It's just a nice looking Keyblade. That's really all you gotta say. It's pretty. I like the wings. And one of my favorite parts about this, and this is a consistency throughout multiple Keyblades, is how the actual blade of the Keyblade is 2 different blades. That just gave it extra bonus points. And the fact that the wings are the guard is just pretty. So, Kingdom Hearts 1 Oathkeeper is an S-tier Keyblade. Alright, so we just did Oathkeeper, so we might as well do, well, Oblivion. Oblivion is the parallel to Oathkeeper in more ways than just one. Whereas, Oathkeeper is white color, white and bright colors. Oblivion is black and darker colors. The teeth of Oblivion is also the kanji for dark, which I'll show there. It's really cool. And, Bat Wings is the guard, but also, Sora's necklace. Like a black version of Sora's necklace being the keychain. That's just nice, man. It's also really cool the fact that Oathkeeper is meant to represent Kairi and Oblivion is meant to represent Riku. Riku, right there. One is 2 of Sora's best friends, or lovers if you ship them. Hey, I'm not judging what ship you ship. I'll be honest, man. But yeah. It's just a really nice Keyblade overall. And the Japanese translation for its name is Passing Memories, which I kind of prefer to Oblivion. Just personally. Yeah, Oathkeeper, not much to say about Oblivion. Not much to say about Oblivion in this game. We don't get to my favorite version until I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is the one I gave the highest score. Yeah, I think so. So yeah. But overall, this is an S-tier Keyblade. Well, this is going to be the first Keyblade that doesn't hit S tier. This is Ultima Weapon from Kingdom Hearts 1. Which, that's all this video is. Again, just like, Kingdom Key, Oathkeeper, Oblivion, even though I forgot to mention in that part, and I'm remembering, and Ultima Weapon will also be done throughout all 5 videos. Actually, yeah. And honestly, this is my least favorite version of Ultima Weapon. I think it's nice, and I don't think it's bad by any means. I just, it's not my favorite, I think its colors are nice. I think just the fact that the actual blade of the Keyblade is an actual sword. The name comes off the Final Fantasy weapon. Like, all that stuff is cool. And the colors are just actually gorgeous. But, it's just like if you like all of it, but then you like a lot of different things, and then you have to pick a favorite. Like the original Star Wars trilogy. I like all 3 of the movies, but if I had to choose a favorite, it's Return of the Jedi. Fight me on that. Or I like all 3 of the live-action Spider-Mans, but choosing a favorite, it's Tom Holland. That's actually not a good parallel because I like all 3 of them equally. Never mind. Forget I said that last bit. But yeah, overall, I like Ultimate Weapon, but I'm gonna give it an A. Now that we've done with those 4 Keyblades that will be consistent throughout pretty much all the videos, we can now finally move on to the Disney Keyblades. The first of which being Lady Luck from Alice in Wonderland. I just want to quickly say this before I do any more of this review for this Keyblade. I don't like this movie. I genuinely do not like Alice in Wonderland. So it's surprising that I genuinely like this Keyblade. It's a very nice looking Keyblade. I like just the aesthetic of it all. And it's kind of similar to how the original Ace Sorcerer stick was card tricks and stuff like that. And this Keyblade's perfect for that. It's got a card, it's got all 4 suits of the cards, the hearts, the spades, the clubs, the diamond, and it has a horseshoe even as being the guard. It's really cool. However, the orange or the yellow, I don't know which one it is that's triggering my brain, but it just looks kind of off. So that's why it doesn't get like best here. But outside of that, I really like this Keyblade. Also, its Japanese translated name is Last Resort, which, that's cool. But yeah, overall, I don't like the movie it's from. I love this Keyblade though. So I'm gonna give it an A. All right, up next, we have Olympia, which wields from the Hercules world. Get used to Hercules, by the way. There's like an ungodly amount. An ungodly amount, all right. An ungodly amount of, there's a lot of Hercules Keyblades. I know how to speak. Anyway, let's move on to this. I really like this. It's fine, I think the blade and the teeth is nice. I think the guard itself is like really weird. I think just, separated, but with the rest of the Keyblade looks fine. And I like how on the blade itself, it's got Hercules' name written out. That's nice. And Odin's. Where did it get Odin from? That's Norse mythology. This is a Greek mythology blade. I forgot what it's called. Hold on. No, the Olympus stone. That's what it's called, right? I think so. That's the keychain for pretty much all of them. It's just a nice looking Keyblade. Not a huge fan of it though. So I'm gonna give it a B. Alright, so next up on our, fun little Keyblade ranking Avengers is the Jungle King, yielding from the Tarzan world. Alright. So this is the first Keyblade that is long. Most of them are kind of short or medium size length, except Oblivion, and I think Ultimate Weapon, but I don't remember off the top of my head. This is a long Keyblade though, and honestly that works to its advantage, like a lot. I think it's a nice looking Keyblade, but my biggest complaint with it is the fact it just has barely any green. Like, here, let me just zoom in on the Keyblade here. The only green is the keychain itself, which is a vine, which is cool. And of course the butterfly that you see in the game, and I'm pretty sure the movie, I've not seen the movie, so couldn't tell you, is, it's butterfly, makes sense. I think it's a nice looking Keyblade, it's just not for me, man, like we'll get down the line. I prefer, when we get to the second game, I prefer Circle of Life, just pretty much. So yeah, that's Jungle King. So for Jungle King, I'm gonna give it a B. So now we start getting into the rather disappointing part of the game with 3 wishes yielding from the Aladdin world. If that's not obvious by the name, I don't know what is. So the colors of this Keyblade are really nice. I like the bronze and the gold fading into yellow. I like the blue details, kind of reminiscent of the genie. The lamp. The lamp is the keychain. It's just a cute little detail. I have no clue what the teeth are supposed to be. Like, my brain is saying it's a weird 3. It's like, here, diagram. This is a weird 3. But, yeah, who knows? And honestly, coming from this keep in mind, Aladdin was like my favorite, favorite of the Renaissance era films as a kid, and honestly still may be, I don't know. Mulan's getting a run for its money, just saying. So this is like really underwhelming for me as someone who grew up watching, Aladdin all the time. It's not terrible by any means. I personally like it probably more than most people, but it's just fine. So with that said, it gets a B. It's cool, just a little underwhelming. Kind of like What If. Ow. It's funny how I say in the last bit that we're kind of getting to the underwhelming parts of the game when we're immediately following this up with one of the best Keyblades from this game. Pumpkinhead, yielding from the Nightmare Before Christmas world. I know, I want to make this very clear. I love that movie so much. It's one of my favorite films I've ever watched. I love it. This Keyblade is so freaking good. It's a longer Keyblade, which is already, it's already better that way. Jack being the low guard area. I forgot the actual term. I forgot the actual term for it. Shoot, dang it. And then, his bow tie being the guard, the pumpkin head for when he's the king, the Pumpkin King, that. It looks like an axe. And I really like that. I really like how it looks like an axe. And well, yeah, I do like the guard area. It's funny. The keychain's cool. It's really long and really nice. Honestly, Nightmare Before Christmas Keyblades are actually really good. And I like this one. Like, if this was the Keyblade that was assigned to me, I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, I kind of wish I had something different, but you know what? I'm cool with this. So with that said, it gets an A. So guess what happened again? Yep, I accidentally deleted another part. Man, if I had a nickel for every single time I accidentally deleted a part of a video that is literally going out a day from now, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of sad, and all things considered, that it's happened twice. Let's go ahead and get into this Keyblade. I'm gonna move out of the way for this one, Wishing Star. I want you to take a wild guess what this Keyblade's from. What? You said Pinocchio? Well, if you didn't, I'm not surprised. This don't look like a Pinocchio Keyblade at all. I like the keychain, being a star, because it makes sense, when you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. Okay. I can't sing the full song or else I get copyrighted, which I have already. I'm not gonna talk about that. And I think I know what they were going for, which is like a toy-like look, because gelato. I even said that yesterday. Geppetto. I referenced the VeggieTale version. Okay, Geppetto was a toy maker, and the Keyblade looks like it's supposed to be a toy. That makes sense. Don't mean to look good though. I get what they were going for, and the fact that it's a short Keyblade too is kind of sad. So I like this movie kind of, and I get what they were going for with this Keyblade, but the fact that it's short and doesn't look good is not helping it. So I'm gonna give it a D tier. And the reason it doesn't get F is because I know what they were going for. So continuing on with this really bad Keyblade, keychain trend, and actually I hate this one much more than the last ones, which is a surprise to be sure. We have Crab Claw, yielding from not My Little Pony, The Little Mermaid. Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the good things real quick. The keychain's nice looking. The colors are cool. And the Japanese name, Treasure of Sea, or I would say Treasure of the Sea, is nice. And that's literally it, because everything else is ugly. It's just not a good looking Keyblade. Design, shape-wise, it's not good. It's not terrible, but it's not good either. But taking away the crab, D tier, high D tier, maybe low C. Adding that crab just nails it into F. Honestly, I hate this one. Literally most of my friend group hates this Keyblade. I don't think, of the three or four people who have seen Keyblades and are active, and the 2 of us that are active Kingdom Hearts fans, neither of us like this Keyblade. My friend, neither of us. My partner, neither of us. No, it's bad. It's literally bad. So with that said, it gets F tier. It's not the first F tier we'll see, but it's not the only F tier we'll see, but it's the first. I know how to talk. So up next is Fairy Harp, the first of many. What's it called? Peter Pan Keyblades. And honestly, I don't hate this Keyblade. I kind of like it, actually. Like, short Keyblades, I don't like them that much. This one, I like. The colors are really nice. The guard's weird, but I get what it's referencing. You know, Peter Pan's little feather being the keychain's cool. Makes sense. And you know, Peter Pan's panpipes. Panpipes? I said that right. Or being the teeth. That's just a nice little touch. It's just a meh Keyblade, but like, it's cool. It's fine, you know? And yeah, it's called panpipes. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna give this C tier. Yeah, there's not much to say about it, but I like it. So we're back to disappointing Keyblades. Very hard, kind of, but not really. With Divine Rose wielding from, you know, Beauty and the Beast. My brain just shorted out there. The teeth being the rose makes sense. It's a perfect idea. The guard is, it's fine. Like the guard area, it's fine. But I do like what it was going for. Like, it could have been better, but like the stained glass feel, like that's a cool idea. Keychain's cute. It's the blade. Like, the blade being purple is kind of weird. It looks fine though. And the fact that the vine for the teeth being, you know, the rose not circling around the actual teeth and just being like a part of, or the blade being part of the blade, like, yeah, it's fine. As someone who also loved Beauty and the Beast, it's disappointing. Once again, this is kind of a thing for some of my favorite Disney films, being disappointment when it comes to Keyblades. Though I do want to say, the Japanese name is, I'm going to try to say this right, La Vie en Rose. And that's cool. I think that's French. Where did I get that from? Wait. No, wait, yeah, it would make sense. I'm gonna double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's French. So if it's French, it's French. So, as much as I love this film, I'm gonna have to give this a D tier. And, yeah. And if you thought, like, this Keyblade was bad, wait till we get to Kingdom Hearts 2. Because somehow they did it worse. Well, we'll have a little bit of break from terrible Keyblades, as we're going to Spellbinder next. You get this Keyblade from Merlin after you get all magic types. Just so you can see why it's kind of in between different Disney World Keyblades. And actually, Divine Rose was the last one. I totally didn't click that. Huh. So I guess this is the last one, really. Spellbinder is a really nice looking Keyblade. Like, I really like this. The colors are beautiful. The teeth. It's just, it's nice. I like the fact that it's a dual blade once again, like Oathkeeper. The keychain's just fine, but I get it. Like, it makes sense. And the guard, it looks a little uncomfortable to hold if you're like two-handing it, but if you're one-handing it, it should be fine. I really like this Keyblade. Like, there's not much to say. It's based off astrology and magic, and reminds me a little bit of one of my personal characters. Or one of my characters I made. One of my friends and I's. A friend of mine made, And yeah, so first time I've said this in a while, I'm gonna give this an A. So now we get to move on from the Disney Keyblades, and we're gonna move on to the Final Fantasy Keyblades, because Kingdom Hearts makes no sense. Here's proof right now. Enjoyed your proof? I did too. So here's the Metal Chocobo Keyblade. Let's just get out of the way. I hate this Keyblade, like, actually. Blade's fine. Like, I get they were going for, based off Cloud's Buster Sword for the entire thing, and it makes sense. I think the little holes are just cute little references, and the holes at the bottom are probably meant to reference the material slots for, the Buster Sword, and the keychain. Keychain's cute. It's based off the Chocobo. It's the Chocobo from, you know, Final Fantasy. Okay. That guard kills it though. You know how the guard killed the teeth killed Crabclaw? Well, the guard area kills Metal Chocobo. It is ugly. And I got what they were going for. They were probably meant to make this more simple, look like the original Final Fantasy VII game, but sometimes too simple is ugly, not clean. Not like Kingdom Key where it's like simple and clean and it's like really nice looking. Metal Chocobo's ugly. That's how it is. Once again, there's not a single person on my friend group who likes this one. So once again, I'm giving this Keyblade F. You fail. I hate you. Alright, so after that disappointing, you know, of a run, we got Lionheart, which is based off Leon, who I think is from Final Fantasy VIII, but I couldn't tell you for sure. This is a Keyblade that's simple, but like really nice. I think it being pure silver is just lovely. And it's based off, you know, it's based off his gun sword, you know, the lion makes sense, as I think that's supposed to be related to the lion. The blade's teeth and the keychain is based off of, I'm looking at the wiki right now, the Griever necklace that Leon wears. I don't know what it is. It actually says here that the keychain is on Leon's own gunblade, so that's kind of cool actually. It just looks cool, and the guard doesn't even fully connect to it. I love Keyblades that the guards don't fully connect the whole way through to handle. It's just really nice. So I'm gonna give this an A tier. And honestly, like out of all the Keyblades from this game, this would be one I would actually build in real life because I really like this Keyblade. It's really nice. Alright, so these next two Keyblades are the two Keyblades that were added in Final Mix, which is why this video is makes sense. Okay, cool. This is Diamond Dust. Let me try to figure out where it's from, based off of. I don't know where this is based off of. So, yeah, you get it in a Hercules cup though. Something like that. Somewhere in the Hercules world. There you go. And it's just a nice looking Keyblade. I tend to fall in love with things that have like an ice type feel. What am I, a Pokemon trainer? Yes. God, I literally have a Mimikyu over here. Anyway, I like the icy feel. The colors are pretty, and you know, the little snowflakes. That's cool. I don't like the little spikes on the Keyblade though, and I don't get why the top of it like is just flat. This is a short Keyblade, and I couldn't tell you whether this would look better longer or if it looks fine shorter. I don't know. It's just a nice looking Keyblade overall, and like once again, this is a Keyblade that if this was my Keyblade, you wouldn't hear me complain. I'd be fine with it. But yeah, Diamond Dust is just an overall nice looking Keyblade, so it gets a B.
Nice.
The final keychain we'll be ranking for Sora will be the other one added in Final Mix, which is based off the antagonist of the Final Fantasy VII game. Probably one of the most well-known villains of all time. Like, I bet they could go to anyone and ask them who this person is, they'd be able to tell you at least one thing about him. And that is Sephiroth. The Keyblade is called, unsurprisingly, One-Winged Angel. And honestly, God, I love this Keyblade, just in general. Even looking at 5 games worth of Keyblades, which I've ranked 5 games worth of Keyblades already, by the way. This is still holding up as one of my favorites. It's just really nice. The guard is kind of cool, weird. It's fine though. Like, it feels weird to hold, but probably not that bad. I don't know. The keychain being like a ribbon, and then of course the keychain itself being, you know, the one wing, because he's the one-winged angel. That's kind of his thing. And it's like, Of course, it's a long sword because, you know, his sword is giant. Like, I think it's like 11 feet long, like actually. And also, it mentions here in the wiki, and this is probably my favorite part about this Keyblade, is that the fire effect of it all is, and the fact that it could be, when it swings, it's like completely engulfed in flames. spoilers for Final Fantasy VII here, is when Sephiroth, it said that fire effect, again, spoilers for Final Fantasy VII, that fire effect is supposed to be based off of when Sephiroth freaking burnt down a village to find his mom, who is a government-created project. Okay, I haven't finished Final Fantasy VII, but I've gotten to that point, and I'm just thinking, like, what? Sephiroth is brutal, man. Both in-game and in Smash Bros. I love him. I love Sephiroth's Keyblade. And honestly, I've gone on off of making this one. I like Fire Keyblades too, so obviously, man, I'm giving it S tier. It's just really good. Alright, so now we've completed all the Keyblades that, or keychains that Sora uses. So let's move on to the others we see in the game. The wiki says, Soul Eater and stuff, but Soul Eater is not a Keyblade. It will be eventually, but as it currently stands in this game, it's not. So let's go ahead and move on to Mickey's Keyblade in this game, Kingdom Key D, or Kingdom Key Darkness. Bro, look at this, like, this is just the Kingdom Key, but recolored. Yeah, literally, that's what it is, and it's not a good recolor either. The colors, it just looks weird, doesn't it? Not to mention, it's just, that's brown on the handle. That's brown on the handle. You would have gone with white if you're going color opposites. Alright, whatever. Or gray. Maybe it's supposed to be gray, I don't know. The keychain being gold is actually kind of cute. I'm not gonna act like it isn't, but yeah, as it currently stands, I don't like this Keyblade. Although it's funny that Mickey holds the dark Keyblade. It's like, oh, I'm Mickey Mouse. Say, did somebody mention the door to darkness? Can't do that voice a lot or else it'll hurt. Right, Mimikyu? I love this thing. So yeah, Kingdom Key D is a fine Keyblade. If you like it, power to you. I don't like it, and neither does Mimikyu here, and Mimikyu is always right. So, yeah. So it gets a C tier. Kingdom Key D gets a C tier, because that makes sense. Our final Keyblade that we will be ranking on this wonderful journey of Kingdom Hearts 1 Keyblades is the Keyblade of Heart. Whereas most Keyblades are Keyblades of Light or Dark, most of the ones in this video are Keyblades of Light, including One Winged Angel, if I'm right. Whereas, Kingdom Key D is a Keyblade of Dark. This is a Keyblade of Heart, as it's formed when Ansem gets the Keyblade is created by Ansem when he has obtained Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, when he gets the hearts of the princesses of Heart, with the exception of Kairi. Spoiler alert, she's a princess. And it's a nice looking Keyblade. This one looks probably the most intimidating of most Keyblades, as that looks like it actually could kill you. And Sora did stab himself with it, so oh boy. It's also kind of interesting how there is no keychain. The teeth is nice. It's just a really cool Keyblade. And honestly, the lore behind it is so cool. And also, its Japanese name is Keyblade of the Human Heart, which I think makes more sense, but to each their own. Mimikyu, seeker of good opinions, what do you think of this Keyblade? It says it likes it. Why did I do that? All right, anyway. So I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10? No. 6 out of B, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. A B. It gets in B tier. There you go. Before y'all ask, no, I didn't lose the footage for the finale, the conclusionary bit, I just hated it, so I decided to redo it. Alright. So, with that said, we finished all 20 Keyblades from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. Round of applause to me. I'm giving myself this because I literally spent 12 hours editing this video. And I haven't even finished, technically speaking, because of this. Anyway, so let's kind of do an overall review of this game's Keyblades. It's the first game. It's very obviously the first game. That's the quality of this Keyblades. There's some good ones, you know, we do have some good ones. Kingdom Key, for example, or One Winged Angel. We have some mid-tier, which I gotta pull out my sketchbook here. Like Jungle King or Three Wishes. And we just have some pretty bad ones like Kingdom Key D or Divine Rose and Wishing Star. And then we just have some straight up ugly ones like Little Chocobo. Yeah, but honestly, with how those are, makes me really want to do a video where I redesign Keyblades. So if you're interested in that, comment it down below. C is for comment. Comment down below that you want me to make that video. Anyway, but now before I say goodbye, let me show you the tier list for all the Keyblades ranked. Pretty cool, right? There it is. Power of editing. Well, this is just, like I said in the beginning, part one of 5. Next time I'll be doing Kingdom Hearts 2. And I don't think any Keyblades were added in the final mix version, if there is one, so we'll be fine. So, with that said, next year we'll do the other 4 videos. Fun. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, you know the drill. I don't really want to talk about that anymore. I really don't want to talk much. I'm done. So I hope y'all have a happy rest of the year, and see you next year. So yeah, Happy New Year's, and see you in 2022. Oh boy, I don't like that sentence. Bye-bye! And McHugh, we're going to bed.